On screen. On screen. What the hell is going on?
What I know
Engage.
is one AirPod apiece.
I want all the power you can give me.
I'm not sure I have a specific recommendation.
Not good enough, damn it! Not good enough! Any idea of what it is or where it came from?
I'm not sure I have a specific recommendation.
This is no longer amusing. They seem normal enough. I shouldn't be so confident. Make it so. I would rather outthink them than outfight them. Engage! On screen. Let's investigate. Enlarge and identify. I shouldn't be so confident. Engage!
I'm not sure I have a specific recommendation.
I want all the power you can give me. Strange.
Slow to impulse speed.
Stay calm, everyone.
What the hell is going on? I'm not sure I have a specific recommendation.
Good tea. Nice house.
Stay calm, everyone.
It is broken. Can you make it go?
Let's investigate. This is no longer amusing. Macro head. Stay calm, everyone.
Slow to impulse speed.
I would rather outthink them than outfight them. Engage!
Slow to impulse speed.
Strange.
Slow to impulse speed.
Not good enough, damn it! Not good enough! They seem normal enough.
I'm not sure I have a specific recommendation.
I'm Captain Picard. Engage! Move to intercept. How about all the power you can give me?
Hello there, are you seeking Yamaharon?
Don't even know what that is. I would like to float alone in the pool in silence.
Then I probably shouldn't tell you that I messed up the event again. We are not getting Professor Data.
What? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Coming to you live in Technicolor from the beautiful Hollywood Hills, California. The show where the total retail price of their advice is $0. This is Timelines Talk. Featuring guest stars. The fact of the matter is, oh my, it's stars and garters. Also featuring, more like Command Dips Suck, look out, it's Automaton 2000. And now, there's no way he gets this intro right. Here's your host, Captain Idol.
Yes, welcome ladies and gentlemen to Timelines Talks, the premium exclusive #1 show for all things Star Trek Timelines. I am your host, Captain Idle, joined by Stars and Garters, and as you can tell, Otto is away on vacation this week, but he was so kind as to send us a little intro. I have to say that is probably more Otto than I've ever wanted to see, but there we are.
I mean, it's a blessing upon the world that we got to see that. For context, I had not seen that before I played it, and I think I'm still hurting a little bit inside for how I started laughing, but, it's fine.
The clip actually went on for a little longer with him sort of swimming around, but I just thought the perfect moment is like perfectly cut screams, just when he went, what? No, intro. Otto did say he...
I props to Otto's wife for playing along with his nerd shit.
Yeah. Otto did say he might pop along on his vacation. He might come and drop in at some point. So, I think he's got something to say about today. But yeah, we were going to play Armada this week, but we shall probably save that for.
We convened an emergency council, as it were.
Yeah. Sorry if I'm stuttering a little bit today. I've just had a very large Chinese meal, and I just got plopped some crumble in front of me as well. I'm just very full at this point. But anyway, you all needed to know that. Yes, so let's start.
Desperately needed. So if your pee break takes longer, we'll know why.
Exactly. Maybe coming back. No, let's not go into the disgusting stuff. Let's quickly flash back to the event this past week.
Hang on.
Go on.
Hang on. Can I do it?
Can you?
Is
poop pee?
Yeah.
There we go. I was like,
oh, glad I got that sorted out. Okay, so talking to the event winners, congratulations to James T. Kirk for winning. This is not the same James T. Kirk that we know. This is a different James T. Kirk for winning the 5-star Strahl, all 5 stars of him. Congratulations. This is not Space Junkies James T. Kirk, but another one who has assumed the name, neither of which are the real James T. Kirk. He's going to space soon.
Is he from the Kelvin Mirror universe?
Oh, it could be. This could be the Chris Pine Kirk. I didn't get the fleet name, actually. I should have gone and looked, but never mind.
It's the Mirror, because here's the best thing, right? If you look up it on Memory Alpha and you search for James Kirk, you get your Prime Universe James Kirk, and you get your Kelvinverse James Kirk. But then you get Prime Universe Mirror, and then you get Kelvinverse Mirror, because that's another thing as well.
Is it?
Yeah, the Kelvin verse has its own corresponding mirror universe.
I thought
for whatever reason, I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. Unless they established that in the comics or something, but I'm pretty sure it is they are because didn't Disco say because you've had Disco pretty much done all three, haven't they? So you have Prime.
It was in the comics.
Mirror,
it was in the comics.
Yeah, all right, okay. And then you've had Kevin. Hey, well, let's not. We're Star Trek fans. This is what we do. We nitpick. Come on. Who do you think we are?
I can bring up absurd non-night comic facts if I want. I was reading a comic about Worf fighting Jack the Ripper.
Oh no, that is canon. We're not going to debate it. Speaking of canon, not canon, just a brief aside before we go back to the event notes. I've started reading the last book in the Star Trek, because when Star Trek finished with Nemesis originally, they started expanding the novel verse, the book series, didn't they? But they kind of branched out into its own continuity. So when Picard came back, it kind of went, oh, we're going to fuck all that up. So they're basically wrapping a bow on that whole kind of literary verse with the Coda series. So I'm kind of started reading that, and it's interesting. It starts off with Wesley Crusher, but never mind. I could spend a whole podcast talking about the Star Trek books and how weird they are. Anyway, congratulations to
reading of the Return. And
Shatnerverse is its own other thing entirely. Yeah. That's his own universe. Yeah. They're brilliant. They're crap, but they're brilliant. I might read some. They're so self-indulgent, it's ridiculous.
Add that as an option for hair flip thing. Instead of reciting Shrek, we recite something from Shatner's book.
I will do a chapter of The Return, The Avenger. What was it? Dark Spectre, I think, was one of them, where he goes into the mirror universe.
It's like a trilogy. Yeah,
they are so cheesy.
Anyway. You were talking about the event winner who won all 5 stars of Strahl, and I assume that if you get all 5 stars, you get slightly better art.
Maybe. We'll come on to art, and that's on our plan. But congratulations. Of course, Bajoran claps all around. Congratulations to Mahon at number 3. The Real Space Junkies, James E. Kirk at number 8. Flash, number 13. Blue Angel, number 18. Tieback, one of our subscribers, hurrah. Number 19. No Name Namer, the elusive man himself. Number 21. Carpe Diem, 22. Skin to Taylor, 24. Sunkatse Siete, yet again at number 4. How does she do it each week? Each week she somehow gets in that top 50. Like, come on.
Like the fact that she creates like scale models of the Excelsior and still has time to do this shit. Like, where does she find the time in the day? Exactly. I can barely find time to pull pants on in the morning, for God's sake.
And capping off with, Apollo at 48. Congratulations, all those guys that made the top 50. Should we go into the meat of this, really? Because we all know... You're probably wondering why I've called you all here, but this is why. There's been a slight change of plans with the event this week. We were supposed to be getting Professor Data, who people might know from the season finale of The Next Generation as the future incarnation of Data in the alternate universe. He got the chair at Cambridge University or something like that, isn't it?
The Lucasian chair at Cambridge.
That's right, yes, thank you.
And he looks like a skunk.
He looks amazing. He
looks great. I love him.
Unfortunately, we're not getting him. We're not. No, not allowed.
What? Idle? Tell me. I've not been keeping up with the news. How has this happened?
Apparently, due to the fact... Well, I don't know the reasons. But the art was not approved. We don't know who it wasn't approved by. One can assume CBS. One can assume maybe Ben. No, maybe it was just... I'm going to assume it's CBS and it's a licensing problem. But maybe they saw all this horrible yellow art, and God forbid how bad this Data was that CBS just went, what the fuck are you doing to my franchise? In fact, I actually
I have to wonder, because we had dealer Data, and I'm not a massive fan of that art either.
It was okay. It was alright.
He looked too creepy for Data, in my opinion.
Nemesis Data was worse, I thought.
You know what? Nemesis Data didn't look worse to me until I looked at a shot from the exact moment when he shot the Thalaron generator. I was like, oh yeah, that is off. He's a lot more purposeful, and he's got an actual emotion on his face, whereas they've just kind of gone with...
So let's put this into more context. And yes, actually, this Cisco raises a good point. Mirror Data is also terrible. Strahl is terrible. The Hansons aren't great. There's a lot of smudgy yellow crew. There's a lot of great art. There's some brilliant art. But there's also a lot of...
Well, Photonic Data looks amazing.
Yeah,
he looks awesome.
But if Strahl was approved, if the Hansons were improved, how bad was this Data? Seriously, how bad was it for CBS to look at it and just go, no, you can't do that? And and this is the other thing, how bad was it that they did it last minute?
Okay, so I had some thoughts on this, right? So there's a few different ways this could have gone down. there is the potential that it went down as you described, where like they literally submitted the art and then CBS maybe dragged their heels and took a while, and then they said no, which is not a good sign. I could believe it because I have not been a fan of a lot of the art recently. You know, Ball Queen 7, the Hansons, etc. This orange filter that's plaguing art at the moment. That's one possibility. The other possibility, and this is giving all all assumptions, infinite diversity of possibility. Maybe something at CBS, the art approval process changed for whatever reason. Maybe they have some kind of new licensing thing. Maybe it's to do with Paramount Plus. Maybe it's some kind of new thing from the higher up, so it must meet this level of whatever. And timelines just got caught out of the loop on that. That's being generous. Maybe that happened, and we just don't know about it because they can't talk about it. Because they couldn't talk about the problem with Adira for a while. They couldn't be like, here are the specifics on that. It is a licensing issue, and then they didn't go into detail because that's legal bullshit, and you don't touch that with a 10-foot pole. No. That's a generous interpretation of events, but then there's everything else, and that makes me lean more towards your theory.
So here's the thing, right? Okay, so I'm running. You know, we've had Ben on the show before, and he said, "Yeah, we get mega events planned months in advance. You know, we have them all the way up October." He's probably said we've got them planned up to next year. But apparently, the art is this isn't the first time this has happened. There has been art approval problems before. There have been licensing problems as well with like the rights to certain characters. Kind of falls under the same category as well. They had it recently with Thelev and ages ago with Charlie X. Charlie X was a bit of a weird one because that's the thing. But we had it recently with Thelev, and you've got to think. Why, they're getting these megas planned months in advance. Why is this approval for artwork not going up then? Why is this being done last minute? They've given themselves a window to give themselves... repeating myself there. They've given themselves a window to plan events more in advance with flashbacks. They introduced flashbacks to give themselves more time to prep crew. They gave themselves the event hub to actually get 2 weeks' worth of crew out. But yet they still come up last minute. Oh, we're not going to put an event up, and then a couple of days later say, "Oh, there's been an art problem," and with nothing else. Like that's it. There's been an art problem. Yes, we will have someone else. And then it wasn't until 2 days ago, yesterday, I can't remember, that they said we're not running Professor Data in this Innovator Mega. We're going to run Cal Hire Cisco, who probably would have fit better in 2 megas ago.
Yeah. So this is the thing that I have a kind of a concern about. So. The art is, on the surface of it, a very small thing, right? It's just a pretty picture that represents a bundle of stats. But when you think about what that art and what it being rejected means, it actually has a big domino effect. And this, like, Mega and how this is like shaping up is like a really good example of it. Because we're doing an Innovator Mega, and that's a decent idea for a Mega. Like everyone's like pulling together to try and come some through the temporal crisis. We're gonna solve it with some big new radical solution. There's a million cards. Like Star Trek is a sci-fi series. There is a million cards you could pick out for Innovator, and then they picked I think Professor Data is a decent pick. That's a good pick for an Innovator Mega. He is, he's still Data. He's like one of the foremost. Yeah, no, everyone's been waiting for that card for actual years because everyone loves all good things. And then art approval issue happens. We don't know the specifics, so you can either be as generous or as harsh about it as you like. And then that means you can't run that character. And then what do? Well, you have to either fall back on another Innovator, and that's assuming you've got one ready, or you fall back on another card you've got ready that isn't. And then suddenly we're 7-8 crew into a mega because we've got all the next 2 weeks event notes, and a quarter of them are Innovators.
Yeah, just to go down the
list.
This
is up there with the Caregiver Warp Theorist Mega for what is this theme? None of these crew match.
Yeah. It's, oh, damn, I like your comment. You're reading it wrong. It's Innovator. Well done. You sure you haven't got children somewhere? Because that was a dad joke. Just to run down the list. So we've now got Cal Hire Cisco, who is Klingon, not Innovator. We've got Fifth Dimension Invader, who is costumed, not an Innovator. Not Professor Data, like there. Tam Elbrun. Oh, sorry, not Tam Elbrun. Sorry, he's the Tuesday. Holo Engineer Zimmerman, who is. Iden, who isn't. Strahl, who is. So that's 2. And then you've got the Super Air crew, who I believe none are. I haven't looked at them too closely.
Dr. LaForge is not. Yeah. I don't believe. Yeah, and I don't think any of them are.
Who was the other one?
And I don't.
Hang on. Let me check the event hub. We're well planned.
It's the other existing one. I forget. It's fine. We're doing this in advance.
Oh,
it's fine. We have the game here.
I actually don't know. I need to find out.
North Star Archer. That's such a blank card.
Yeah, no.
And it's like that's not an innovator either. That's a Western costume crew. So we see the first half of this mega, including the recurring, and it doesn't feel like an innovator mega. Like Tribble, even though some of the stats are all over the place, at least it was a consistent theme, and it followed I could look at the crew, I could look at the art, and I'd be like, oh, that must have been a Tribble mega, that collection. But I look at this collection of crew, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I like I say, Janice was saying, you were saying as well, looking back to the caregiver mega, you look at the crew and just like, what is this? This is, you couldn't place it. You have to guess. And even when I was looking back at the Tribble Quark mega, and I was looking at the crew and going, I can't remember what the trait was here, and I had to look up, and I think it was survivalist, wasn't it? But it's like you can't. The theming is their problem, and it is a problem here, and it doesn't help by the fact that they've had this kind of little bit of a fuck up. And I want to talk to you, chat, about how you felt about the switch, because disregarding the stats, because Calhia Cisco is a decent card in his own right. We won't talk about that for now. Some people are excited to get a Cisco. I appreciate that. I am somewhat too as well, because I love Cisco. He's one of my favourite characters. But how do you feel about this switch, and how do you guys in the chat feel about the overall communication? How this has come about? Is it a sore point, or is it not, or is it kind of does it not bother you? It's just like to see how what people are feeling about this. But yeah.
So I don't know. I don't follow this. We were told about this mega coming up during the last Q&A. There's going to be a mega based around around an existing stat boosting collection, and we had a bit of fun guessing what that was. Innovator was a bit left field, but it was fine. We're happy with that. And it's so they knew what they were planning for this. They must have had some idea of what cards were going to be here, and then they just decided not to get approval until. Is there some kind of time? Yeah. This is the problem. This is the problem with it being so arcane and obtuse, and we can't work out what the problem is here. And we're told that processes are improving, but things, if anything, seem to be getting worse. They're getting worse.
Yeah.
Because we've gone from getting event news on the regular every week to now you get two. And it's like, okay, that's a cool improvement. That's been planned. To you don't get event notes until the day before.
Yeah.
I can't pull event packs from the normal time pool. I have to go to the event page and pull them there.
Yes, that's today's fuck up. That's today's mess, isn't it? You can't actually pull them unless you actually pull up that event page.
There is literally not a single stage of this mega where something has not gone wrong, and I'm starting to get worried.
This is the kind of overarching sort of theme to this, because we've looked at. It's not the mega things. Okay, we've had the huge things that we've kind of got annoyed by, which is obviously Off the Wall and Adira Gate and all that kind of thing. The bigger things, which rightfully they've come back and said whoopsie and come out and say it. But it does seem to be, and this sounds like griping. It really does, but it is bothersome to someone that is like us, or long-term players, when there's all these little mistakes that just keep creeping up and up, like little trait inconsistencies, people not being. It doesn't seem to be, and we've said it before. It's like there's a lacking in looking at the finer detail, which is as Star Trek fans that we are. Well, we love that finer detail, but okay, people might say we're being a bit finicky and trying to pick on things too much, but this isn't too much to ask. It's really not. These are the little things that we get enjoyment from, which is consistencies with the crew and things like that.
So I do see that point, and I do think that we do. We have a right to be a bit finicky about this, and it's but. For me, it's not the number of. It's not that trait is out of place. It's that's been happening since the game has started. That sometimes they get fit, sometimes they don't. It's not. Sometimes it really sucks. Like Dexa not having the civilian trait, so her antimatter trait, so whatever, are kind of out of whack, and she doesn't void as much as she should. Sometimes it's a big one, like these crew are costumed. We're gonna have to add the thing. Sometimes. Hey, this crew was costumed, now they're not, and then the whole 200 tier collection gets introduced to fix that problem. But it's when you have bam, 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 right after each other, that's when I get worried. If a crew comes out with a inconsistent trait, that is a regular mistake that I expect to either get fixed or it's whatever. That can be ignored. But when arguably the big exciting thing that happens every 2 months in game, and you stumble at almost every stage along the way, I start wondering
what's going on.
I'm not actually even disappointed or angry. I'm worried.
Yeah, this is.
I start wondering, should I buy that pack deal and get the citation? Because is this game even going to be going for a little while? Because if this is happening this time, what's going to happen in the November mega?
Yeah.
Is my phone going to explode and kill me? Like what?
There's timeline sends a rootkit to your battery. I forgot what I was going to say now. Yeah, it is a general worry when you see. I think Auto was keeping a list at one point, and this was a long while ago, but every time things like, Daj has got the Admiral trait in her hidden stats and things like that. He's keeping a list of every little I think he gave up after a while because it was too strenuous to keep a track of. But, we've got things like,
I believe it.
Human Neelix is still a Timelines original, which is clearly bullshit. Great for VIP Zero players. No, I'm not going to take that away from you, but it clearly is just wrong. They addressed Tribble Sulu, that was great, but Human Neelix is still there. He is still a Timelines original for some reason, even though he's not. He's in First Contact. It really winds me up. But yeah, I think the general state of the communication as well. Okay,
well, that's the thing. There is a tangible difference between that and what we've had this week.
Yeah,
Human Neelix is one of those things where it rankles, it annoys, it's inconsistent, it's weird. But I don't worry about the state of the game because of it. I just go, they just made a decision or whatever. This worries me. I don't know. I feel like I have to repeat that. I am worried.
And I think that, kudos to Ben. He has come on the show and he has been very gracious and sort of provided the community with the answers and spoken to us. And he's always been always been good and forthcoming to us with things when we sort of approach him for the Q&As. But outside of that, there's just nothing. And it comes from... Sham posts on the forum very regularly, but it's only when it's needed, and it's not any deeper than we're trying to improve things, not what they're trying to improve. Which, I get that they can't go into the details of the company, but we're fed on so little that it is a kind of... It makes me sometimes... I see one of the posts saying we're improving our processes. We're going to try not to let this happen again, or we'll work on improving this. I just kind of go, how many times can you say that? How many times can you say we're going to improve our processes, yet you still fuck it up every time? I can't help that. And it does, like you say, it worries me. I haven't bought the campaign.
They did improve their process. They fucked up in new ways this time.
Yeah, which, and they talk about, Ben talking about, you're going to have to get a guy to look at... They're bringing an external engineer to bring in the Voyagers, and that says to me, reading between the lines of things like, when they split from Disruptor Beam into Wicked Realm Games, that whoever wrote the Voyagers buggered off and left them with some scrambly, messy code. Yeah. And this kind of whole thing is starting to look like a patchwork of nails on boards kind of holding up the window while the zombies get in. And they're keeping it bay because they've got a real heavy filing cabinet.
That's a good way of putting it, yeah. See, that one I don't like, because programming is such a messy business. I don't know. I'll be vague just in case I don't know what details he wants to talk about it. But our good friend Onanim has been working on a project, and he's been having to deal with all kinds of programming foibles and all kind of coding things. And listening to him talk about it, it is the most ridiculous game of Jenga you can imagine. It is literally... Imagine you're playing Jenga with 5 different towers, and there are 3 other people playing all of the towers at the same time, and you have to try not to pull the wrong block out. And it's and then you're playing with maybe you're colorblind, and they're color coded, so you don't even know which one is the wrong one to pull. It's such a messy process, and I can kind of understand that particular thing because... if someone leaves, they don't leave all of their homework behind and tell you, this is how I program Voyages. It's and then you get, as a legacy, you come into this thing that is 6 years old, whatever, what, 5 years old now? Sorry? 5?
Coming into a 6th year, yeah.
Yeah, so, old game, and these are the things that are being grafted on artificially, essentially. I'm kind of surprised Crew Retrieval works as well as it did. And, I get it. But it's okay, that's new stuff, innovate, fixing intrinsic bugs or adding new features. Yeah, okay, that takes time. But, I don't.
So here's the one that gets me, and this is something we put in the trait audits. Okay, we people posting this saying X shouldn't have this trait for whatever reason. Okay, but let's take for example, I don't know, human Neelix, and say like he should have the bartender. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. He probably should do. And people, if say that was missing, and people go in the event in the trait order and say, "Oh, he needs bartender. It's missing." Now WRG don't ever come out and say, "Oh, he doesn't have it because of this reason," or "Oops, he should have it. We'll fix that." It's just silence. And when they do come to fix the traits, it seems like it's such a big ordeal. Like it seems like, oh, we're pushing it through to X and X to get this done. It'll be next week's patch. What you said with Neymar and looking at sort of like, you know, what he's done with sort of looking at how the game's run and things like that, it doesn't seem that difficult. Like it's literally a line on a crew in a file somewhere. Like,
well,
it can't be.
Here's the next
difficult.
part, right?
Really?
So when we had the WRG people on for the charity stream, they talked about the content train, right? And I thought, you know what, that tracks. That's how a company, you know, the content stream got to keep going. Like, you know, QA like falls a little bit by the wayside. You do as much as you can, but it's the priority. But then that begs the question of, if the content train is still rolling, what the hell happened to it this week?
Yeah, this is
because that means that both the content train and the QA train, did they collide?
Let's go back a few weeks, because this happened before. This happened back with Thelev, didn't it? Because they said, "Oh, Thelev's going to be in this mega," and that kudos to them, they announced it in good time. Thelev will not be in this mega. We're going to replace it with Android Mud, and this is the exact same situation. They lost the rights to someone, they had to replace it, but even still, that was fairly last minute. If they were still looking for the rights to Thelev, did CBS suddenly turn up at the last minute and kind of go, "You can't have him," and WRG are like, "Ah, shit, we need someone else"? Is this the same? But that's different, because Thelev was a very obscure character, and they may have been his TOS character. The rights might have been not available then, but the family came up at the last minute and went, "No, we can't do that." You know, same way that happened with Charlie X. But data? Exactly. Data?
That is weird. It's even weirder because we have almost everyone else from that same episode. We have Picard, we have Riker, we have Worf, we have Crusher. Yeah, like the only ones we're missing are
LaForge?
Data and Geordie. That's we haven't got Geordie. We haven't got older hot Geordie. Wesley was not there. No, you might be thinking of Parallels. He was in Parallels. That's Lieutenant. That's right. We've got him. But the fact that we have everyone else from that episode, and it's Brent Spiner, we had a data card a little while ago. In fact, wasn't there not a data in the mega announcement thread of like, we're going to get another data? Or am I misremembering that?
I think
maybe they said Professor Data.
Let me go and check.
Yeah. So it can't be a problem with the character, so I don't.
It's absolutely not. No, it has to be. Like you said, it was an art approval issue. But it begs to, okay, so fair enough. Their artist is very busy, and my theory is that they have two of them, because the art style, and we'll get onto this in a minute, because the art styles are getting a bit wildly different at the time. Now they've got a good artist and they've got a yellow artist. As you can see by my yellow facade now, I am trying to imitate it. But it does seem to be that this is all being submitted far too late. Or CBS, or someone at CBS is looking at all this and go, "I'll do that tomorrow," and then like they're going, "Oh yeah, we need to approve this now." And if that's the case, why aren't WRG announcing these things if they know they don't have approval for it yet, when it's coming up to the nth hour? This is
I don't.
If I did that in my job, I wouldn't have a job.
It is that thing of like, it's pushing art, and it's like, okay, either it's approval issues or you're just getting them, but like, maybe this implies that they're shuffling megas around and like they have events in the wrong, like maybe they had a different plan for this like month and then they had to reschedule it, but then it's like, maybe just like have a, you know what, I would actually rather you not have a mega than have one just kind of shoddily put together. I would rather you just be like, "Guys, we're having art approval issues, there won't be a mega, but we'll do like a temporary achievement giveaway, and it'll be just the same, and then we'll get all of our stuff." Like, I think a lot of the community would kind of appreciate that. I don't think many people would be like, "No mega." It's like, because there's no actual functional difference between a normal event and a mega, apart from the recurring. Yeah. If you just did a 4 out of 5 temporary achievement giveaway like they did with Luau Paris recently, it's like, no one would bat an eye, and everyone would be like, "Oh, well, they're having a few issues, but, you know, no mega this month," but they'll go around. It's like, I would be like, okay, well, that's a bit odd, but, you know, at least they're working on their process. Instead of this, which implies to me that, like, they had this Innovator Mega planned for months, and then either didn't do art in time and did it last minute, or did do it, didn't submit it, or submitted it, and someone at CBS is actively sabotaging their own mobile game.
Would that? The
And
latter
none
wouldn't
of these
surprise me.
possibilities,
So we CBS.
like, none of these possibilities make sense to me. I don't get it.
So looking back at the Mega announcement, yeah, Data was part of the original announcement. He has now since been replaced with Cal Hire Cisco, and it says at the bottom, edit Professor Data has been replaced. So a little something there, but he was part of the original announcement. But yeah, and you know, CBS at the moment don't have a great track record for their licensing with games specifically at the moment, because there are none, apart from Star Trek Online.
But all those games got added back onto GOG
did.
recently,
They
so
did,
clearly
and-
they worked out something.
But I think that's more a case of not licensing with CBS, but licensing with CBS and the previous game devs, because the previous game devs, I think it was, aren't they all? Well, some of the Interplay Microprose or 14 Degrees East, or whoever it was, the old sort of Trek people, sort of probably went to them and say, do you still have the licenses? Can we use them here? And went to CBS and went, this costs you nothing, can we do it? And CBS probably just went, yes, it makes us money. That was like a low cost investment, yes, for them. That isn't a brand new project or an ongoing art approval thing. This is something different. And yeah, I am concerned by this. And I no matter what they say, I don't doubt this will happen again, but I still can't get my head around how bad was that Data. Just, I want to know. I want to see it.
Yeah, no, it's like that's the thing, isn't it? It's like we haven't been told what happened and how it happened, so we can only wildly imagine and speculate. And maybe we're doing them a disservice. Like, I kind of want to play devil's advocate here and be like, maybe we're being on hard, but it's like, I can't say if I'm being too generous or too harsh because I don't know what the situation is, because no one said anything.
We're going to wildly throw speculation into the air, like mad
I love
bullshit
it.
rappers.
It's my favourite.
Okay, do you want to see something fun? Do you want to see an artist's rendition of what Professor Data looked like? This was submitted to us by
I would
Shia
love to.
I was going to do this as a whole kind of like beep beep. Oh, we've got the art come in, but no. Here we go. It's on our screen now. This is Professor Data, as you would have. Look at that. That's. I can see why. Why would anyone reject that? Look at that. That's beautiful.
Fuck's sake.
Thank you, Shai, for that. That did. He posted that. I think it was about a week ago in one of our Discords, and it just made me chuckle.
Damn it! God damn it! Why is Shai consistently not fucking doing us? He's not even on the show most weeks.
Because he's awesome. His awesomeness transcends media formats. There you go. Someone says looks like Strahl. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Anything more we can? Oh, yeah. There is one more thing I'd like to show you as well. We've got a little. Talking of art, we have got the pack art for. Oh bugger! I closed the window. Hang on, let me find it.
Not this week, but next week.
Yes,
as well.
indeed. Let me just poke it up. I've got it here somewhere. If you ever think about the wildly inconsistent art styles, take a look at this. I'm sorry, I didn't pre-program this in, so I need to stretch out a little bit. There we go. Have you not seen three completely... Oh, fuck, it just reset. Three completely different art styles right there. I mean, you've got the more modern Cal High Cisco. You've got Iden, who has the kind of the waxy sheen, and I'm pretty sure that's
smudgy, blurry area.
I am pretty convinced that's David Boreanaz in Another Life, and the old style. That's David Boreanaz. It has to be. If it isn't, I'll eat my hair.
It kind of does look like Spike. Yeah, it does. It's true.
It's Angel. Spike was James Masters or whatever.
Nerd.
Yeah, well, whatever.
I've
watched Buffy or two. And then you've got North Star Archer, who's part of the old art style. So you've kind of got three wildly conflicting kind of artistic interpretations of the fame's characters, and it kind of is a little bit off-putting, I think. Also, I'm not quite sure about that.
Yeah,
system.
though
it's okay.
Yeah, I'm not a massive I think that there's you have a sliding scale of bad Cisco art that goes from 1701 Cisco on one end to probably High Roller on the other end, and this falls way more toward the 1701 Cisco and the other. It doesn't quite look like Avery Brooks to me.
No, I'm pretty sure I don't remember Avery Brooks having that much head, but he does. But it does seem to be. It's a bit accentuated there, but never mind that. But I mean, just looking at this pack and just thinking about three crew, you'll get it's three wildly different art styles, and that's a bit off-putting to me.
In fact, you know what? People are pointing out in the chat. At least Cisco. So here's the thing: Cisco feels like he was dropped in as a spare, like Android Mud, and I have to question: did you really not have any spares that fit Innovator better than the Klingon cultural figure? Who made sense to go in the Survivors Mega with Kalhaya, O'Brien, and Bashir? Does that
would
not
have made
make
sense?
more
Why
sense?
didn't they use him there? That was perfect.
Why? In fact, you know what? I have a question. Why didn't you just drop like someone else who was an innovator previously, keep them out of the lineup, put Cal Cisco there, and then move him over? So you knew an innovator mega was coming up.
Yeah, this is. But they could play it off the way they're saying, like, oh, we've got an Innovator Mega coming out, collect your Innovators while you can, or, start to get on that whole speculation train about collections. No doubt you'll see some Scoundrels coming up, or some, telepaths or whatever. Everyone's sort of playing that guessing game now with the next pack, but, yeah, this is a mix of weird crew. You've got a Bajoran, you've got the a guy on a Klingon stag do, and a guy being a cowboy.
Well, yeah, it's not so much like what they're doing. It's like Archer looks like a trading card, Iden looks like a waxwork, and Cisco looks like a caricature, and they just don't mesh. And that was the thing I loved about the consistent art style we used to have, and I do mean used to have, where you could put these art. Yeah, you could put this art right next to each other, and it would look like they were characters from the same game. It's like. And even with the Triple Mega, there was a little bit of variation. Like Triple McCoy looked a little bit less detailed than, say, Triple Uhura, but it wasn't a massive difference. This is a massive difference, and I have to wonder, and this is another point where they haven't said we have another artist who is learning more about the style. They haven't said, we've had art approval issues, so we're having to shuffle stuff around. No communication. We have no idea.
This is it. They haven't said we brought so and so onto the major companies will do this. Most major game devs will say we've had a new hire. We've got so and so artist who's come to join. Art is a huge part of this game. They should feature this artist. They don't even say the original artist's name. You could probably find out if you went on LinkedIn or whatever. Oh, hello. We're joined by.
Hello.
Here he is. Happy holidays.
It's Rise of Automaton 2000.
Has everyone seen my nipples already?
Yes.
Unfortunately, so.
All right.
At the top of the show, everyone saw them.
That's where we recorded it, by the way. So there you go.
Behind the scenes.
You
look good. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome. How is your holiday?
Sorry, there are giant waves crashing out there, so if that's too loud, let me know.
Oh, no, it's fine. How's your holiday?
I have a story for you and all our Timeline Sucks viewers, if you'll bear with me. I might tie it in to the game at the end of it. So we were out today with a car. We are in Madeira, thanks to the Timeline Sucks subscriptions pouring in. We've been able to finance private vacations.
FYI, that's not where the subs go.
That is exactly where all the money's going. And so Madeira is a tiny little island. If you've ever been on an island like that, you have a little bit of coastline and then everything else is mountain. So we're in a car. We wanted to go visit the mountains, see what they had to offer. So we're going uphill. It's almost like a Bond movie, hairpin turn after hairpin turn. Everything is uphill or downhill. And so we get up to the top of whatever was near. It's about 5,000 feet up. Sheer, for our European friends, that's 1,500 meters. Sheer cliff drop, and my wife loves taking pictures of everything, so she's there with the camera, click, 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 click. And so we look down, and we don't want to fall. It's a little bit scary. So we take our photos. We go to leave. We get in the car, and the tiny little 2-lane roads have become 1 lane at that point. So we get halfway through down the lane, and another car comes and greets us. And I'm like, oh, well, either we butt heads like rams or one of us backs up. So we put it in reverse and let them go. And so we go back down the hill, and we come around the bend. And at the edge of this little hairpin turn, which was not much wider than one car, is a big flatbed truck, perpendicular. It's basically the front end is kissing a sheer cliff face. The back end, there's like 4 meters hanging out over the edge of this precipice, which again, 5,000 feet in the air. And the back wheels on this thing, there's like a little shoulder of dirt, which is literally about as wide as my shoulder, and the wheels are just hanging off the edge of the shoulder. And so they're doing that little bit from Austin Powers where they go forward 1 millimeter, backward 1 millimeter. They're trying to do that 3-point turn. Only in this case, it was like 1,000-point Star of David turn. And so, I'm terrified, by the way, because like every time they back up, it kicks up a little cloud of dust. There's no guardrail or anything. If this guy backs up too far, he's going down, and he's taking a few dozen residents with him. So he's doing the back and forth. My heart is fibrillating in my chest, partly because it's terrifying, partly because I've had such a wonderful. I'm living from buffet to buffet here, and I'm eating the GDP of a small nation every time I go down for breakfast or dinner. So I may be dead by the time I get back, but it's been a wonderful vacation. So this driver, I'm on the way out, is going back and forth, back and forth. I think I'm going to die, right? So finally his buddy Paolo steps out, and he walks to the edge of the cliff, and he's eyeballing it, and, he gives the, you can back up now signal or go forward signal. He's trying to help him out of this. It looked like God picked up this flatbed truck and set it perpendicular on the road, because how else would have gotten in that predicament? So Paolo's giving him the back up, and he backs up a little bit, and I'm like, all right, go back forward, and Paolo's going, no, back up. So he backs up. The rear right wheel of the truck is no longer touching the earth. It's like hanging off the edge of the cliff. And Paolo goes, back up. I'm like, all right. I think Manuel may have stolen Paolo's CD recorder back in 1992, and he has been hatching this plan, waiting for his revenge. He's going to send this guy down 1,500 meters into the ocean. And finally, by some miracle of God, Manuel pulls forward, cranks the wheel, is back on the road, and they just go bouncing back down the road. And I'm like, oh my God, I just witnessed a miracle. Like, this guy is the Michelangelo of truck driving. He painted this wonderful work of art. I mean, his balls should be considered their own independent island nation floating off the coast of Madeira here, because this guy pulled off something I thought was impossible. At the end of those Hallmark movies where they land the plane and everyone starts applauding, and that's so cheesy. I want to get out of my car and applaud this guy, because I've never seen such drive. My father was a truck driver. I've never seen such truck drive in my life. So as we bounce down the highway, highway is generous. As we bounce down this 1.5 lane road behind them, all I can think is, this guy pulled off this incredible feat of engineering, this incredible miracle of physics. Yet an entire team at WRG has 2+ months to plan for a mega. They can't even get Professor Data out on time? What are you guys doing? So anyway, that was my shower thought, my Star Trek Timeline shower thought for the day.
Yeah, we've just had about 45 minutes and we haven't stopped talking about it.
Yeah, I checked my watch. I'm like, let me guess, they're still being negative about this. I thought I'd hop in and.
I'll tell you this: I've been trying to be. Maybe we don't know the whole story, but also fuck up. I've been trying to keep the good side up. Don't worry.
No, I think WG needs to hire Manuel, because that guy knows logistics better than anyone at the company.
This is what we said. We're just like, there is obviously some planning snafu there somewhere, because if they can't get Professor Data if his artwork's that bad, why have they not submitted this that in advance? Like,
I'm pretty sure he's the most requested, most anticipated card of the whole group too. So
yeah.
Hopefully we'll get him down the line at some point, because I think a lot of people wanted that card.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'll return you to regular scheduled broadcast. I just had yet another buffet, and I have to take my pants off. So I love you guys.
That's never stopped you before. Come on.
Thank you for letting me join you. Have
Nice
fun.
to have you. Have a good
later. Ciao.
Ciao. I love that story. That was a great story. I think that's a good.
You know what? I bet you if Manuel had started driving in like a big wide open field, by now he could have drawn the art for Professor Data with his tracks.
The CBS would look
by
like
now.
Actually, yeah, I'd like that. That's
that's a good aesthetic. I can work with this.
Data in grass.
Get a colorist on that. We'll have it out.
All right. I think we've said enough about that. Shall we talk about some actual crew that are coming up this week? Let's talk about them. In terms of actual statistics, let me bring up our first contestant for tonight, Cal Hire Cisco, a medical Cisco Med Dip Command in 2 collections, Inspiring and Klingon. Med Dip Command. So people are looking at him saying, "Oh, Command Med." Yes. Voy rank 108. This is an interesting crew because, we've got a Med Cisco. It's a Cisco.
Interesting as kind of like a shorthand for, I want to say this crew is good, but he's kind of not.
he is good. No, he is good. He is. This is a good crew for anyone who gets it. He's. I don't think
it's better than what we've had for like 2 months. That's
yeah,
what we
will have better still. But I think it was Namer that pointed out to me that he is an upgrade to Nepenthe Troy. Same skill set, more power, essentially. So if you've got Nepenthe Troy and she's voyaging for you, he will voyage more, as in a sense, because he's got a wider trait base, and he's a little bit more power. But he is, again, they like to put out Med Dip more than Med Command. I would love this to be Med Command.
Oh, yeah.
There's no reason it couldn't have been. Because he is a commander. Like this.
Trying to think about honestly, in the context of the episode, Med Command would make more sense, or even like, Command Dip Med would even make more sense than Med Dip. Yeah. I don't quite understand the logic behind there. It's an odd choice. This is the second Cisco with Med because we have had Desert Ben Cisco.
Oh, of course,
who was third actually. We also had Potato Cisco.
Okay.
He got his potatoes. And honestly, I look at this crew stats and I'm like,
do you know what is built in that potato? There's coffee in there. You have to build coffee to make that potato. Yeah.
Hey man, that potato's got a lot of kick. That's the way old Papa Joe taught him to do it. So he reminds me a lot of Desert Ben Cisco because it is another opportunity to have given Ben Cisco a cool Med Command variant with some decent-ish power, and it would be a good upgrade on someone like Reverend Phlox or Bridal Troy, and they just decided not to go for it for whatever reason, even though we're in a part of the news cycle where it would have been a really nice distraction to have a Med Command crew to throw at the real stats nerds so they would shut people up complaining about the art, but whatever, we didn't want to do that.
Didn't work. Nice try.
Didn't work.
Just looking at him, he is on the Med Command rankings, he's sort of midway. He's not like a huge... If you're looking for someone to replace Pollard or Reverend Phlox, those several-year-old crew, he's not there for that. But for Med...
Yeah, he's more of a maker-upper, kind of like Humbled Archer or Amating Mandarin Grayson or Kelly's, that little group of things of you shove these on a voyage and they start making up the totals as you go along, but if you're trying to stack a Med Command voyage, they're not your first pick.
Yeah, and looking like... Sorry, I'm just looking at the triplet... Calhia Cisco, yeah, he sort of sits below Humbled Archer in terms of just raw power. Merry Mentroy, Humbled Archer, and Calhia Cisco in the sort of raw triplet, any order, and he sort of sits there just above Kelly's. It's not a highly, he will work for you if you get him and you get him 5 and 5. He will do the voyages, and he will probably do them well. Probably score a 10-12 hour voyage, but it doesn't feel enough. It doesn't. It's great. Like, here's a good card. I would recommend anyone push an event for him, but I'm just not... I've been like, do I really want to? Like, I've got Humble Archer and Merry Mentroy and plenty of other Med Command options. I've got shitloads of Med Dip. Like, I've got Lem all over the shop. Like,
it's the problem, Idle, though, is that I know exactly how to make you get him, and it's because he's got in 2 collections.
But...
Including Inspiring, which is full of shit-ass garbage, and it is.
This is very true. Inspiring is full of crap, so if you're looking for him for an Inspiring collection, then click on
him, or it's Camel, or it's some other piece of crap. You want him.
No, very true. I do, but then you got to talk about it as an investment from 1 or 2 or 5 up. You're going to put sights on at that point. Yeah, it's me and collections is a whole rigmarole thing. I have to think everything. But you are right. He would be my 80th Inspiring if that was the case. However, but I think he's good. I think he is worth anyone's time in an event. And bearing in mind, we haven't had a good faction event reward for a while. I don't believe. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Would have been Human Saru, probably, right?
Probably, yeah. So this might be one to put. If you've been saving up tokens, this might be one to push for. Don't ask me for a refund if that turns out to be a number 1 Voyager in a faction event down the line. We are not prophets. But this is, I think, with the state of things, this is as good as we're going to get in this arena. However, unless you're not ready to move on. However, I'm going to talk about the other gold.
I haven't got anything else to say. I will actually, I will say this one thing. If you're looking at him in terms of stats, and you're thinking of events, Cisco does get them on the regular. He's got a good little bevy of traits, as all Ciscos do. That being said, you have the exact same problem you have with any variant that has a unique skill. Yes, it's cool, but they will not usually get a lot of seating for that skill in faction events. So if you're looking for an event edge, he is unlikely to provide that. So that's
So
all I want to say before we move on.
Word from the expert himself, no, piped up in chat. Cisco fans and Wales looking to min-max will want him, but otherwise return on investment is not there at the Voyage Power Zero Gauntlet, and you don't really care about med on shuttle, like you were just saying. No, there were med seats on shuttles are crap, and you look at these Voyage rank 108s, and you got to think about the drop. They're going to put people above him. He is going to drop like a rock. Maybe there will be other med crew at some point. However, there's been a rare occasion. Something has happened. They've actually put out the stats for a crew in a couple of weeks' time. They announced Cisco and Zimmerman at the same time. Holo Engineer Zimmerman, Voyage rank 13. We actually have a good Voyager, someone that's going to be competitive for some
really
time.
good Voyager, actually. Yeah,
Indeed.
That's really good.
Psi-Eng Dip, which is not an entirely uncommon combination. Let me just have a quick look and see who is in that.
We had this conversation about Lucon the other week, right? Where it was a case of, yes, you have plenty of Psi-Eng, but not that much at high levels. Like, you have Lucon, and then you have someone who most everyone will have, like EV Suit Spock, but this is the kind of crew that would be a pretty substantial upgrade on EV Suit Spock. I'm pretty sure this crew would qualify for later losers curve.
I believe he is in that upper echelons of, you fucking want him because he's great. But he is previously the top of the Dip Psi Engineering rankings. The previous top was the Red Angel. Like, he beats her by a clear, just about 100 points, just under 100 points. Same size skill. So, he is up there for power. He's above people like Interface LaForge, Emery Erickson, who is this month's campaign. So if you can get this campaign, or you can go nuts on Holo Engineer in a skirmish. It's up to you. I will tell you, you'll get more use out of Holo Engineer. 2 collections, Dace Reward, Innovator. There you go. There's your Innovator. Ding. And Resourceful.
Look,
double ding.
This card was made for this mega and makes sense.
There we go.
It's
wow,
almost like it's easy.
Yeah, this one was planned. But however, and like some people have noticed in the chat as well, his artwork is a little bit on the sunset side, as we shall say politely.
It's just a bit orange. Like, it's not a bad likeness. It at least looks like Robert Picardo. It looks more like Robert Picardo than the Cal Hire looks like Avery Brooks.
Yes.
It is a decent likeness, but there's just something a little bit off about the coloring, and it's like, it's a broken record. We've talked about this probably like a month every time now, but it's like, I'll stop complaining about it when it starts becoming an issue, because it matters to me. It looks better here now in context. Like, when I just tapped it on... when I just saw the crew portrait in the event rewards, I was like, I'm not a fan of that art. But looking at it like this, it's fine.
Taken on its own, absolutely fine. But it's when you use it in comparison to other crew that have slightly more defined lines, that have slightly more integration with the background and a bit more integration with the crew as the whole as they turn up. We've never complained about this before. Like, we've had some shoddy art, like the original 23rd Century Martok and 171 Cisco. We never really complained about those because we saw they were getting better. But I think we're just we're going around in circles on this. Apparently, it matters. It does.
This is the art hour. I believe someone has redeemed some hair flips for you to highlight their message.
They did. They just said it's orange. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you, Dan. So here's the thing, right? Do you let's talk about something positive for a moment. Do you remember the episode this comes from?
Yes, this is the one where he turns up to on DS9 to recruit Bashir to be the next EMH, isn't it?
The long-term medical hologram, which I always thought was a really fun little flip around on the EMH. It's like, oh yeah, you would probably want that for Starbase stuff like that. And I believe this exact art, I can place where he's coming from, where he is from. He is from the instant where, because he's been like mooning after Lita the entire episode. Yes. It has a subplot about Lita wanting Rom to say that he loves her, but Rom's too much of a chicken shit to do it until the very last minute because Rom's like that. And Zimmerman is all like, oh well, I suppose if you feel like that. And then I'm pretty sure this moment exactly is when he turns around and sees like another young woman of a similar build, and it's like, hello, and it's like, that is the look. And to be fair, the fact that I can place the exact hour, moment, minute, second that that means that art is at least okay. I can at least, it reminds me of the episode.
Was this the episode where he finds out he's genetically engineered?
Yes, because they are creating the basic physical template. And you get this great scene where Alexander Siddig has to act like the EMH, like he has to act like short-tempered season 1 Doc, and it's really funny. And then they leave the prototype running, and the Bashirs, noted criminal caregivers, come in and you say, "Oh, we apologize. We won't. We're trying to be less embarrassing on our visit. It's not our. We didn't meant to bring up the whole genetically engineered thing." And they, for some reason, don't think it's weird that their son is not responding to them. Maybe Bashir's just a really silent, angry kid. I don't know. And then it has that moment where it turns out, oh yeah, turn off the hologram, and he disappears, and then Zimmerman and O'Brien are there, and it's like, it's a really fun episode. To be fair, I've seen a lot of people say this turned their opinion around on Bashir, and it's a really interesting way to make use of some otherwise really bad lines from earlier on, like, how the fuck would you mistake a ganglionic nerve for that type thing? Like, that old... Why is this being highlighted? This is being made weirdly important by the text. It's like, and then they turned it into this. And I thought that was always really clever. So,
yeah, I do like this episode. But yeah, he's good. He's worth anyone's time, I would say. And it is nice that we're actually getting a void. Okay, again, we can nitpick and say, oh, we only want good voyages. No, we only want cards we can use. This is a card we can use. The downside is, I believe, he is a Zimmerman variant, not a Doctor variant. So he won't.
Yes, which is consistent. This is the exact same as Law is not a Data variant, because he is not Data, he is Law. Can't
complain at the consistency. I'm glad that is consistent at least. But yeah, that is one of his few redeeming features, is that he is not a Doctor variant. He is a Zimmerman variant. So a lot of people who try and stuff him on a shuttle in the next next Doctor event going, oh, he's not giving no. Actually, to be fair, he probably would work better than most of the Doctor variants, because there are a lot of bad ones.
Van Gogh.
Van Gogh. Okay.
In fact, you know what? That's a decent comparison point. If you use Dr. Van Gogh a fair amount, yes, he has a different tertiary, med instead of dip, but he would perform better than Van Gogh in most in most type places. In fact, I would put some good money on, since we've had our first spate of 490s for the Innovator Mega, with Socrates, or Socrates, as I've seen some people call him. I imagine we'll probably end up getting Dr. Van Gogh at some point. So if you see Dr. Van Gogh in a recap, I don't know, there's a lot of Innovators, there's a lot of crew. Temper your enthusiasm to throw dilithium at him, because everyone in your fleet has been saying he's good. Holo Engineer Zimmerman is probably going to be a better choice, at least on voyages, 99% of the time.
Yeah, Socrates is still a powerhouse, but I think he's the Da Vinci upgrade, as it were. But
yes, essentially, yeah.
Yeah, there might be other cards coming down the road.
True! I can't believe they still happen. I can't believe it.
We need a fanfare. I need to trigger something. I need to trigger. Hang on.
Oh, hang on. Oh, God. Race to it.
You jewel. That's exactly what I hoped.
No, I got it wrong. Hang on.
That's appropriate.
Oh, no. There we go. Thank you, Name. You did what I was trying to do.
There you go.
Good spend of hair flips there. Okay, let's have a look at the 4-star variants. I think we might play some What the Dub tonight. We put a vote up before the chat saying, do you want to play some What the Dub?
It was overwhelmingly positive. People want to play a bit of What the Dub.
I was going to do Armada tonight, but I honestly don't think I've got it in me after all that ranting to then think about strategy. Let's talk about the super rares for this week at least. The 5th Dimension Invader from the episode Bride of Chaotica, the photonic, not holographic, photonic life form that came through into the holodeck to make contact and actually see it. Their first experience was Captain Proton's Dr. Chaotica world, which was actually quite a good episode. I rewatched that recently to get clips for what.
That's one of my favourite episodes of Voyager ever. It's if I want just like a cozy 45 minutes, I put this episode on. I laugh at every single joke every time. Really love it. I
think it's the scene where Seven comes in and it's like, "You need to help us, Seven." She just deactivates the robot and just like.
That's a different episode, actually. You're getting that confused on another one. Yeah, it's a different one. Because they try and get her to play Constance Goodhart, and Paris is trying to get her to play along. Yeah, it's a different one.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah. It's very easy to get them to run on, because you only ever see different bits of the Chaotica stuff. Yeah. But, for all our grumbling about art,
this is great.
Fucking superlative.
Yeah,
amazing. 10 out of 10. I fucking love it.
Both sides of the equation here. This is I agree. This is brilliant. This is superlative of their work. And I love how the shading is in black and white as well. I'm pretty sure that's the same for all the chaotic stuff, but I only really noticed it with this crew.
It's exactly the thing of, yes, it's very easy to just throw a black and white filter on something and make it classy, but like, no, this has been drawn from the ground up to work in black and white with the right shadows, with the right casting of, like, it just looks so good. I am so happy. This is better art than we've had in, like, months. This is incredible. It's immaculate. I love it.
He is absolutely fantastic.
I can't think of much art that I like more than this in the last few months. This is excellent.
Yeah, absolutely.
And CXA points out something I hadn't even could. He's going to be in the Chaotica collection, as well as Survivalist and Costume Party. So you get a triple header.
Was very hoping that was going to be the case. Did they actually? I mean, he should be. I don't know if they actually confirm. Oh, yeah,
he really
has
should
to
be.
He really should be. Yeah. So, yeah, this is a pretty damn good crew for like filling out Survivalists and Costume Party as well. You know, this is okay. Not an innovator. Fine. We've had our rant about that, but yeah, this is a good 4-4. I pulled a pack for him.
So I just realised. He's a top 50 Voyager with Sexai. That's an amazing purple. Yeah. That's amazing.
This guy's good. Number 8,
awesome.
Sexai Voyager. He is, 47 overall for super rares. That's just really good. You know, if you're starting out game today,
that's fucking incredible. That's really good.
That's a good one to get. I pulled a pack for him and I got Strahl, and then I pulled another pack and got him. So I was great. I got Strahl. Oh dear.
That's a good win.
But yeah,
you got malaria. It's fine. You know what? You know what that reminds me of? You said like a new player. This is exactly the kind of crew, if I was starting the game now, I would love to jump into a game like this and be like, oh, that guy from like your Chaotica, that's a fun crew. That shows that this game has a sense of humor and it's fun. And you know what? Even though he's not an innovator, I feel like he jives more with the theme than Cal High Cisco.
True.
Because he is at least part of an episode about an unexplored part of space and innovations in communication and all about the 50s fantasy planet theme. Like, I feel like that jives a lot more than some of the other cards we've got for this mega.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm really happy about this one. I am going to give you one while I run off to the toilet because I need to visit the little... as is expected, as is my quota for every week. Talk to our wonderful audience about Iden.
So I think Idle's done this on purpose because I don't even remember where this character comes from. I just went on a long diatribe about how much I love that episode with Chaotica and how much I love the Dr. Zimmerman episode. I'm trying to remember where this one even comes from. Oh, God. Oh, I feel really stupid right now. I feel like he's a Voyager character. Because I don't remember any Bajorans looking that evil in the show. I feel like that's a massive phaser rifle. Oh God, I'm embarrassing myself on like Hirogen. Oh, hologram, Killing Game. Oh, is he from one of the? Oh, okay, so he comes from the Killing Game where the Hirogens fight holograms. Is he from the actual Killing Game when they invade St. Clair with all the other programs? Or is he from the Hirogen hologram episodes where the holograms start killing the Hirogen? Because those are interconnected but different. Flesh and Blood, yeah, not Killing Game. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, okay, cool. So, there you go. Thank you for leaving me to flounder for like 5 minutes.
That's fine. Sorry, fine. I had to get my slippers as well because it's a bit colder here. I had to pick up a bit. How's Iden?
Yeah. I was trying to remember where he's even from.
No,
so,
I couldn't remember either. I might memory out.
And who are naturally a lot smarter than I am managed to work it out. He is from Flesh and Blood, which is about those holograms that are killing the Hirogen, and the Doc thinks, oh, my people, and then it realizes they're all stone cold murderers.
And apparently it's played by Jeff Yaga? David Boreanaz. Yeah, David. Yeah.
Little John in the house. So I think this is a decently intimidating art. It's still got that kind of smudgy whack figure, like we said, but it's fine. I think it works better here than it has some for other characters.
Did you know? And I've just found this because I was looking on Memory Alpha. Did you know that David Yaya is the brother-in-law of Catherine Hicks, who plays Dr. Gillian Taylor?
I didn't know that.
No, now you do. Your life is all about for it.
Instantly. I will forget it instantly. Yeah. Thank you for that.
No, you're gonna wake up in the middle of the night and go, oh my God!
Torres does get kidnapped a lot for like someone who maybe that's just something that happens to engineers in Star Trek because that happened to Geordie a lot as well. Geordie got kidnapped.
O'Brien seems to have his fair share of mishappenings as well. But
even Stamets got kidnapped a bit in Discovery. Like it just happens to the engineering crew.
It's because they're so useful. They're so so valuable. Also, just piped up and said potential for collection is interesting because he's got a lot of traits that aren't in collections, but there might be. Obviously, we've seen hologram artwork. We've got Bajoran. If they've done resourceful, they'll probably do desperate, brutal villain, maverick, duelist, tactician. Those are all potential collections down the line. So he is the skirmish event reward. So might be worth a sight at some point down
if you
the line.
can't find half an hour to get enough skirmish done to get the purple, then I don't know why you're playing this game, frankly. Like legitimately, like it only takes half an hour. Like you can do that while you're watching an episode of like the Great British Bake Off or whatever. Whatever material you need, just do it.
Wait a minute.
Come on.
Wait a minute. The Great British Trek Off. We could do that.
So I was playing the new Spider-Man game, and they talk about the Great Wakandan Cook-Off. And me and my boyfriend were talking about what must that look like a cook-off in Black Panther Land. I want to know what that looks like.
Just like black dust they use the nanoclubes.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see that.
Just appears out of
exactly. So, I can't find it in myself to be as excited about him as I am about Fifth Dimension Invader, especially because it took me so long to place where he's come from. But he is an objectively okay card with some potential collections down the road. If you are starting a new account today, in fact, if you are starting an alt, which I know some people have been doing, he would be a good start. Like top 50 Voyager. Command dips suck, but whatever. You have to kind of do what you can.
You only need one.
Only need one. It's true.
Okay.
The Great British Wank Off.
Yeah, I was going to say that, but thank you, Auto. That's always been
love you too, buddy.
Being the key part of this show. Okay, let's go to this week's Tuesday pack. Tam Elbrun, another quite hotly requested character from the episode Tin Man, sadly is a bit of a letdown. Unlike the episode, because I like the episode. I like Tin Man. That's a great episode. And I was kind of hoping they'd do this character justice, but they kind of picked his worst pose, and like we were talking about Dip Med, a not great combination.
It's not what I think of when I think of Tam Elbrun. No. I think of that conversation he has with Data about how he can't hear his thoughts and how he finds that incredibly refreshing. I think about him while they're inside Gomtu or Tin Man, and they're talking with him and how he looks when he's like realizing he has a kindred spirit. I think about those scenes, or when he's talking with Troy. I don't think of this, which is, I believe, when he first comes aboard, and I was like, that's an odd face I don't remember him making, but he makes it for like all of 3 seconds. And
hey, did you know that pose?
I don't know.
That pose is, in fact, the mirror opposite of what is actually in the show. Thank you to Skycap, who gave me a screen cap, which I put somewhere. I put it on the forums, actually. It is, the actual pose is in reverse. So Mitchell is not the only person. I wonder if there's a few others that have been flipped. On this occasion, it's not as important.
When Jerry went to get that sandwich, he was working on Tam Elbrun as well as Gary Mitchell at the same time.
Very probably. I think someone hit the flip key on Photoshop by accident when they spilled it, when they leaned on the keyboard. Oh shit! But to be fair,
not only did they forget to fix his stats, but they also forgot to give him a tertiary or a decent voyage score.
Yeah, I think in terms of the artwork in this case, okay, it's not a nice pose, but at least it does look like him. And okay, split, but who cares? In this case, it doesn't really matter. It's not like there's a Starfleet insignia on the wrong side of his uniform or anything like that. So we're not going to pick on that one, but yeah, it is flipped. But yeah, like you say, his statistics are just, there's nothing there. There's not even a collection, like even potential.
Yeah, I said this in our Discord. I said I kind of find it baffling that in a week full of snafus, you would go to your 6-pack and go, which crew are we releasing? Let's release the 2 skiller with no collections and not great traits, and who doesn't have anything to do with any events going on for a while, that people will probably remember, but also be a bit annoyed that you decided to give him these shitty stats. This is kind of like the worst of all worlds. Like, I'm sure he'll pick up a collection in the next few months because there's going to be a million more, but it just feels like a bit of a missed opportunity.
Like, I can't see Betazoid getting one anytime soon because they'd just be all Troys. But a Desperate Maverick Prodigy Telepath well, some of them. But this is like their Tuesday strategy is strange because I can see them doing it for crews that have collections now. They release Siege Nog, obviously catering to the survivalist people, and they've done a few others like that in time. But this one's hardly making people sort of throw their wallets at the screen, going, "I must have him for this collect," because he's got nothing statistically, nothing arena ability really. Evasion by 7.
Okay, you know what? You said arena ability, and a thought just popped into my head. Wouldn't it have been cool? Yeah. Oh, you gotta change them. Wouldn't it have been cool if they had released him in a pack, and every time you pulled that pack, in addition to crew, any schematics that you got in that pack were for GOM2, and if you put Tab Elbrun on GOM2 as a 5-star crew, he has some crazy busted arena ability.
Yeah.
Or at least something unique, or at least something like he turns from like evasion into an attack boost, or something that's like not game breaking but really good. I feel like that would have been a fun little gameplay integration of story, but like I've
just had two sets
oh
of
my
change
god
glasses. So here we go. Right, hang on. We'll do these ones. Oh shit, where did they go? Hang on, I think they're in the case.
Just pick up the same ones and put them back on. They won't notice.
No. I'll do this properly. I'll put these ones on. I'll do it. There we go. I'm just glad I'm getting people to spend their hair flips. There you go. And I'll put on the coolest ones of all, my prescription sunglasses. Oh yeah.
You are such an asshole right now. You look such an asshole. Get out of here. You know what? Especially with that uniform, you look like you should be leaning back, taking the Kobayashi Maru, eating an apple like a dick bag.
I can't see
like,
shit.
what the hell?
Actually, I'm going to have to take these off because I can't see a thing. Okay, we'll put them
Yeah, I'm shocked. Evans of Wales says, telepathic link trigger only he has. Exactly, something unique like that. Like, I kind of wish that they would do something a bit more unique with arena abilities. They don't necessarily have to be game-breaking, but something unique and good would make me go, someone's thought about that for like 5 seconds. That's a value that the only crew that crew has, and it doesn't break the game, but as it is, he's kind of nothing.
He is nothing. Do not waste your time with him. He is trash. Well, that was... Oh, we've still got Data on the screen. Actually, I'm going to leave Data on the screen. He can stay. The real Professor Data, please stand up.
Please stand up. Please stand up.
I am still very intrigued about what that Data art would be. I really am. But shall we play some What the Dub?
I'm kind of sick we aren't going to, like... Do you think that that's like too far outside the realm to ask about Ben next time he comes on, or if we ever have him back on after how relentlessly we've pillaged them and like talked shit about them this week?
Yeah, we talk shit about them every week. This is nothing new.
I don't know.
Oh, you just had a flip on the screen. No one redeems those enough. No one redeems that wonderful hair flip you do.
Yeah.
Shall we play some What the Dub? Because we did say we were going to... Well, we said we are going to play some Armada, but I'm feeling like we need to sort of lighten the mood and do something a bit more casual, and I'm pretty sure I've still got the Star Trek mod installed, so that's going to be fun.
Given how much time you put into that, I would hope you still have it installed.
I did. Well, no, I mean, I wouldn't delete it, but it might reset itself, so let me just clear some of these requests, and I will load it up. Anyone in chat you want to join? I think I'm just going to have open session this time. I'll kind of... I mean,
that'd be fun, yeah.
I'll let you join Stars, and then I'll stick out of the way unless no one else joins, in which case I'll come in, but we'll let you guys just come in and see what...
Damn, I love you very much, but you've just said Arena is 8 clicks per round, 10 times a day. That's all. I don't even look anymore. That's what your wife said about your performance in bed last night. Oh! The lowest.
What are we, 16 or what's going on? Jesus Christ. Right. And here's your playoff music. There you go.
What the Dub?
Right, let me get this started. Apologies for
grab some
viewers.
friends, head to playwtd.com and enter your room
Stars, I'm
code.
going to send you the code. Oh, the game volume's going to be massive as well, isn't it? Let me turn that down. There we go.
Yeah, it's a little bit loud. It's
there
fine.
I'll turn it down now. So I'm going to send you in show chat the thing, and then once you're in, I will get it for everyone else. So, There you are. Do I want to get in? No, I'll come in last. Let chat come in first, and then I'm going to clip that sick burn.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
All right, let me share my screen now. I'll share my screen. Anyone wants to jump in can. Where are we? Where is it? Where's what the dub? Is that it? Grant access. There it is. Right. Oh, I need to mute audio for you as well. To Discord. There we go. Right. There we go. Right. Anyone wants to join in? Jump on in, please.
I have a ping, and I'm pretty sure it's from Damn. I don't want to look.
Oh, I've got something as well. Hang on. I've got one for Commander Sinclair.
I did that to him. He's the nicest guy I've ever met. He did really nice custom art for that Star Trek Adventure stream we did. Why did I say it so mean?
Chance is in. Smokes it. 3 more people. Come on. I'm excited.
I'm 12. It's fine.
Everyone has one. I mean, every time someone says they're ranked 69, everyone goes, nice. You know, it's just what it is. If anyone's wondering why my name at the moment is Galadrim, it is due to something that's going on our Discord at the moment, which you can go and find out by following the link under the channel. Yeah, we're going to do. We're building up to something exciting.
Sick 16-year-old burns like the one you just witnessed.
Oh yeah, that's 4 Evans of Wales is in. Might be able to do next round. I'll try next round. Okay, yeah, that's fine. We'll save a spot for you. Well, anyone else?
Get in here! Come on.
Get on in. If not, I'll jump on.
Get on up.
Oh, Dam's in.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, Kara's not coming in. Not after you had that spectacular win last time.
I also laid him on a high.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
true, yes. I have one now and I shall never return.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, one more.
Never ask me for anything again.
Roll up, everyone in. Go to playwtd.com and join in. If you've not played it before, this is such fun. To quote Miranda.
Such good fun.
Alright, I will... Do I want to jump in and embarrass myself like I did last time? Everything goes. Right, hang on. Let me go.
Now, Jonas, I'm going to leave it up to you if you're going to have double wiener jokes, but remember, it took a few weeks for the triple Hoshi flavor text to have the kick again.
That's true,
so don't kick it too quickly. You want to give it a bit of time to simmer and marinate. There we go.
Alright, I'm in now. I'll come in. So, right, start up. Stars, you're hosting, so you start.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
I have the button. I'm ready to start with 6 players.
Please do. Here we go.
Welcome to What the Dub.
Just let me know if the volume's okay, Chan.
Simple. Each round.
You know, we know how to play this.
Yeah.
Quiet on set. Another round is coming up.
I know what you're thinking, Captain.
You do. Well, actually, I wasn't.
I wouldn't worry about it, Jean-Luc.
Show him you're not just a pretty face. Enter your dub.
Thank you, Jonas. I appreciate the good luck.
Still have the naked time. Oh, Stars, you haven't caught up on Lower Decks yet, have you?
I've been waiting for the entire season to come out so I can binge it with Brody because he absolutely adores it.
Oh, it's good. But yeah, there is a the Naked Now reference in there. It's
Oh yeah, okay.
just yeah. When does Disco start? That's next month, isn't it?
I think actually Prodigy is up next. I think that starts at the end of October.
Oh, it does, doesn't it? I look forward to that.
I'm really excited to see what that's going to be like.
I showed the trailers to my son, and he was just like, "Yeah, I want to watch that." I'm like, "Yes, it begins."
The indoctrination begins.
He did draw something on my whiteboard and go, "Look, Daddy, it's a Star Trek." I'm like, fantastic.
What did he draw? Out of curiosity.
He just draw space. Just like, it's like it's on Star Trek. I'm like, yeah, okay.
It's the final frontier.
Dan, try and just restart your client, maybe. I can't drop anyone once they're in.
Yeah, I can't kick anyone, unfortunately.
No, you have to just try and restart your browser if it's playing up. It did that to me before, unless you're busy or something. Can't kick. Yeah, it's a shame you can't kick people. Oh, Prodigy's October 28th. There we go.
How dare you?
Oh well, we'll still have to wait to make civil conversation. Splendid weather. What happened?
Hustle!
Oh,
it's actually really oddly cold and warm. Ah, fair enough.
That's lovely. It's my perfect kind of day. It's grey. Just need a jacket. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Here we go. I look forward to this.
I know what
All right, hit us.
You do.
You're going to be stuck with a romantic variant if you have to rescue me from Ferengi.
Well, actually...
Ferengi.
Ferengi.
Worry about it, Sheldon. I know what you're thinking, Captain.
You do?
You're thinking about automaton_2000 in a pool, and dams 8 clicks per round, 10 times a day. About us, and a fusion card. ...
Well,
Dot, dot.
actually, I wasn't...
Dot dot.
Worry about it, Sheldon.
Wonderfully
I know what
stilted.
you're thinking.
Just get turned up a bit.
You do?
Shut up, Wesley.
Well, actually, I wasn't...
I wouldn't worry about it, Sheldon.
Now that's untrue,
I know
Jean-Luc.
what
You
you're
were thinking that.
You do?
These TNG-era dress uniforms are extremely silly, aren't they?
Well, actually, I wasn't...
They are a little
Worry
bit,
about it,
yeah.
Sheldon. I know what you're
It
thinking.
reminds me of what Worf said about them.
Oh, yeah.
You're thinking how bad Professor Data's art was.
Well, actually, I wasn't...
I wouldn't worry about it, Sheldon.
What did you think was the best?
Okay.
Vote!
What shall I vote for? Oh yes, in the chat you can vote as well. Just type the exclamation mark vote and then the number of your choice. I think first round it generally doesn't work, but the second round it should do once everyone gets in. Yes, that one I think. Vote away. Ooh, two's a popular one. Can we tell what the long ones are and if it's you stars? Because there's a lot of frantic typing. Yeah.
It's not my fault I have an affection for mechanical keyboards, okay?
Just vote already!
To be fair, sometimes I have an extremely short one if I have to, like, backspace and it doesn't fit. Hey.
How audience votes count? Excellent.
Yeah, good they working this time.
You're on a roll!
Yeah, I thought
Hey! Yeah.
that's right. Later points are more. You get more points later, don't you?
I appreciated your one, Janos. I appreciate it. Yeah, because Worf likens them to dresses, and I've always thought that was kind of funny.
Behold, the death ray.
It looks like,
The most powerful in the cosmos.
Time to shake the world, kid. Enter your
Alright, that's really good.
I had to. Okay, we'll probably wait the duration for that. Damn, if you can hear us, just hit the make one for me. Oh, I don't know if there is that button. There isn't that button, is there? That's in another game I'll play. I'll put dots or something. Just put. Message down. Oh, he's in. Nice one.
Excellent, good.
Well done. Paragraph of text. This is the canon that birthed my mother throughout time and history. I was conceived upon its brow.
Behold,
Shut up.
the death ray.
it looks like,
Good way of getting rid of Galaxian chef.
The most powerful in the cosmos. Behold, the death ray.
it looks like,
I hate my job.
The most
that must be damn.
powerful in the cosmos.
Fair enough.
Behold.
Can't fight that. Mood.
Death ray.
it looks like,
A gun to shoot the person who submits art to CBS.
The most powerful in the cosmos.
There are multiple,
Behold.
but this is the most powerful.
The death ray.
It looks like,
Bezos has been keeping himself busy.
The most powerful in the cosmos. Behold, the death ray.
It looks like,
Something that we can use to destroy the content train.
The most powerful in the cosmos.
Very nice.
Behold, the death ray.
It looks like,
Dick, take a look out of starboard.
I
It
knew
looks
someone
like
was
a
gonna do
giant
that.
pecker. Ooh, where? Wait, that's not a woodpecker. That looks like a giant privates.
The most
Someone had
powerful
to do
in
the
the cosmos.
Austin Powers joke, didn't they?
Which dub did you like best?
I just love that. I like that.
Oh yeah, no, it's peak Kate Mulgrew.
I was thinking, why can't I vote? But I'm looking at the wrong screen. Yes, yeah. I'm going for that one, I think.
Like there's something like I can't think of many women who sound quite like Kate Mulgrew. She's got that kind of.
She's got a very unique voice.
Oh, I think most people are tending toward one.
Yeah. A lot of people hate Neelix. Can't think why. I don't mind Neelix. The older I get, the more I appreciate Neelix.
Yeah, the more you feel like Neelix.
Yeah. Popular one with the audience.
Man, just love that. Man, so much Neelix hate.
Yeah.
Oh, Evan, you're catching up on me.
Ding ding. Nice one, Gerald.
Yeah. Thank you for appreciating my Austin Powers quote, Dan.
Round 3.
Yes.
Oh god.
Drop your weapon! I mean it! I don't understand a word you're saying, but I guarantee you I know how to use this!
Enter your dub.
Yes, there's plenty of events in here. I need to do some more. I'm actually surprised, like, the last 2 games we played, we had, I put loads of the movies, like, there's more movies clips than anything else, but we haven't actually had that many. Hardest one, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a bit of an open field, that one. You're not.
Yeah,
you
can take that in a lot of ways. Yeah. Cairo, I actually am Professor Data. The art is just a little off. Ah, see, there you go.
Oh shit, we submitted Clang.
God damn it.
Someone at CBS went, that's a Klingot. Klingon.
It's a Klingot.
That's such a bad scene.
You know that. No, you know what? I give it a kind of a pass because, like, that's like how Starfleet is, how shit they would be at that point. Do you know something cool about that and why Admiral Forrest is named Admiral Forrest?
Go on.
So the other admirals are Williams and Leonard, as in William Shatner, DeForest Kelly, and William Shatner. So they're all named for the TOS main trio.
Cool. I like that.
Yeah, that's why I kind of give that one a pass.
Smart, where are you?
I can't wait for Voyager #1, Admiral Williams, who says Klingot. It's gonna happen, you know it is.
Drop your weapon! I mean it!
Are you interested in buying Bitcoin?
I don't understand a word you're saying, but I guarantee you I know how to use this! Drop your weapon! I mean it!
Why are people who happen to be at a bachelor party considered to be full Klingons?
I don't understand a word you're saying, but I guarantee you I know how to use this! Drop your weapon! I mean it!
I landed in Oklahoma. Goddamn flyover state. Today is a good day to die.
I don't understand what you're saying, but I guarantee you I know how to use this! Drop your weapon! I mean it!
Have you seen a big tin of orange paint?
I understand a word you're saying, but I guarantee you I know how to use this.
I appreciate the brevity.
Drop your weapon! I mean it!
Wait, I'm from the future. They're going to start printing good Voyage cards again. Voyage rank 13. If you help me, we can even fix the art issue.
I don't understand a word you're saying, but I guarantee you I know how to use this.
Everyone's a critic, including you. Time to vote.
Oh, I don't know.
So many good ones here. That's why I like these open ones. They go in such completely different directions. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, I couldn't resist. I was watching. I think I got a couple of others from Broken Bow as well. But yeah, it's the.
Oh, there's a lot of good ones in there. Yeah.
Whatever he says. It's not even Klingon. I think he just comes and goes blah 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 blah.
Well, yeah. It's that thing where, like, pre-discovery Klingon, they're not saying it properly, so it doesn't sound like a language.
At least they're not slurring the S's and going shh.
Well, yeah. You get one of the other issues. Alright, where's this gonna go? I'm curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go. That felt like a you, Joe. That felt like you.
Oh, Genos is struck up there. I was going to say he stroked up there. That's a completely different thing.
Think of it as a challenge. That's your obsession, Mars, not mine. Do it for the Latinum. Nice try. Do it. Deal the cards.
Give it your best shot and enter your dub.
It's a long one. Take your time. You've got some space. You've got some space. You okay there, Genos?
He's having a stroke, apparently.
He's
not touched. Yeah.
That's what he said. I wasn't having a stroke. That's because of what I said. I instantly forget what I say 5 seconds after I've said it.
Yeah.
I feel that's what he said isn't used enough.
Oh, definitely not. No.
I'm distracted by it, so I'm distracting. I think Smock's still on his call, so...
Probably, yeah. That's fine.
It's all good.
We'll just sit here and chill.
We will.
Just like
Dance
enjoy
to the
it.
music. I think I can change this music as well, I'm not sure. Oh, we submitted.
Think of it as a challenge. That's your obsession, Mars. Do it for the Latinum. Nice try. Do it.
To get a lifetime supply of Junja sticks.
Junja.
Junja sticks.
You've seen that film Kung Pao?
Deal the cards.
We trained him wrong, accidentally,
Think
as
of
a
it
joke.
as a
Yes.
challenge.
On
That's
purpose
your
as a
obsession,
joke,
Mars,
sorry.
not mine. Do it for the Latinum. Nice try. Do it.
For the satisfaction of seeing Ben's face when you make a top 5 Voyager without pissing off the timeline's audience.
Deal the cards. Think of it as a challenge. That's your obsession, Mars, not mine. Do it for the Latinum. Nice try. Do it.
So you can get all the heist crew and get my scapegoat variant.
Deal the cards. Think of it as a challenge. That's your obsession, Mars, not mine. Do it for the Latinum. Nice try. Do it.
And we'll get Hand Bra Hoshi past the CBS art approval process. Guaranteed.
Deal the cards. Think of it as a challenge. That's your obsession, Mars, not mine. Do it for the Latinum. Nice try. Do it.
For the memory of Professor Data, Charlie X in a simulated Spock.
Data.
Could have had Stat Picard in there as well.
Deal the cards. Think Think of it as a challenge. That's your obsession, Miles, not mine. Do it for the Latinum. Nice try. Do it.
Do it for Jadzia. Less than then Miles just moves his mouth for 5 seconds and nothing comes out greater than.
I like it.
I like the stuff. I feel like that's Genos. That feels like a Genos joke.
Oh my word. Okay, I think. Oh, okay, I think I like that one. Yeah, Kung Pao's great.
I implore you to reconsider.
I also like Kung Fu Hustle, which is kind of on, not as spoofy, but it's the same kind of comedy Kung Fu vibes. I really like that. I'm seeing votes in the chat. Ooh.
You're almost out of time.
We've got a good split here. There's a lot of different ways people are going. Alright, how's this going to shake out? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh, not quite. Genos is still holding at the top.
Oh, this is really close. Look at this.
Grab your martini glass. Next
Final
up
round.
is the final round.
Captain? Yes, number one.
You on the bridge?
Where else would I be?
What are you waiting for? Enter your dub.
That makes no sense, but whatever.
I do know you too well, Genos. We spend too much time with each other, but that's okay. I'm happy to spend it. 69, nice.
Nice. He's got cash.
The mental age of 3-year-olds, it's fine.
There'll be history lessons in the future. Why was the number 69 so important? Everyone go, nice.
No, just you have to say it. You can't not. 43, black. Aw, you're a treasure too, Genos. I love you too.
This What the Duck segment was sponsored by the Ferengi Mining Consortium. Buy shares in Quark now.
Alright.
Captain?
Yes, number one.
You on the bridge?
Where else would I be?
In my quarters regretting pushing for straw.
Captain?
Pushing for straw is a
number
euphemism, isn't it?
You on the bridge?
Where else would I be?
I'm in the bathroom with a bunch of weirdos staring at me.
It's actually Riker talking there.
Yes, number one.
You on the bridge?
Where else would I be?
Well, we saw El Waxana heading up there, so thought you'd come to the shuttle bay to kill yourself.
Yes, number one.
You on the bridge?
Where else would I be?
Usually on Riza, enjoying a book in peace in the pool. But here I am, looking at your nipples again.
Again.
Captain?
Yes, number one.
You on the bridge?
Where else would I be?
Apologies, sir. I thought I had walked in on you after a 24-hour self-Jamaran session. Second guess is temporal anomaly?
Is that a little temporal anomaly?
Yes, number one.
You on the bridge?
Where else would I be?
If you're not here, I must be looking at a wax sculpture of you from the Greater Yarmouth Wax Museum then.
Oh, I wonder who wrote
Round's
that.
over. Let's go.
Oh.
Fuck. Okay, that's really good. This one's hard.
Can I just say that
God
in my
damn it.
quarters, pushing for Strahl is going to be a euphemism for getting a crap crew. What are you doing this weekend? Got nothing else to do? Guess I'm pushing for Strahl.
But the crew was Cisco pushing for Strahl.
I'm getting a bit of a stomach upset. Maybe I need to go to the toilet and do a bit of pushing for Strahl.
Damn it. God damn it, I'm dying over here. How have you done this to me?
Oh, this is a fun round, isn't it?
It is. Tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Ah.
You're a certified.
Well,
nice.
Yowza.
Ooh.
That's a lot of points.
Yeah.
All right, how's this gonna shake out? I can't look it out. Evans?
Generous.
Really?
Oh, well done.
Very well done.
I'll let this run down this time.
Dog, kid. Way to go.
Well done, Genos.
Very well
So
done.
we got the winner.
Good looks and hot dogs.
Okay.
7,001 points. Not quite 1,701, but it's close.
Oh, yeah, come on, nearly. Should we
Well
do
done, Evans.
Let's do new players and
New faces, new
I'll just
clips,
open the room
same
code.
Great dubs.
There we go.
Welcome,
Pop in.
folks.
QSKU. I'm coming in because fuck it. I think Walt, you said you were coming in. See if we can get in.
Get over here. Jealous, you're not allowed. You won the last round.
Yeah, win it.
That's the way it works.
Well, we'll see. If there's room, we'll have you.
Yeah.
I was a bit inconsistent. Hey, you can't win them all. I think it was all this Cairo had, like, he played like a couple of games with us, didn't he? He wasn't doing too well, and then the last one just completely smashed it, so it depends where you
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Walton, nice. Two more. Oh, Cairo's in. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, there we go.
Wasn't my best round last time. And I made all these clips. The thing is, I made all these clips with jokes in mind, and I can't remember any of them. I need to pick up a baby.
I tell you, I'm really funny. I'm really funny when I'm not on screen. Please believe me.
Good lord. Janice has to go and pick up a baby. I just hope it's his. Anyone else? Two more spaces. Jump on in if you can. Go to playwtd.com and put in the room code QSKU. Go on, there's got to be someone out there. Got two more. You do it before. Four will do, but. Hey, Evans is back in. One more.
Come on.
Charles Ryan, the last one. Oh, yeah, that was the Alan Ray one. Hey, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, hang on, what just happened there? 5 players. Yeah, we just need one more. Come on in. Get him up. Roll him up.
Come on.
Toss a ring, add a dub. Toss a ring, add a dub. Win a teddy bear.
Is it a Timelines Originals teddy bear? Yes, it is.
Don't know what that did. Yeah, I don't know what that did. Okay, we'll do it with 5 then. I'll tell you what. I'll give you a minute. Everyone else says nothing about it. Just come on in. It's fun. Even if you're not. You may be funnier than you think.
Honestly, yeah. It's like when you get the problem put in front of you, sometimes it's come to mind. Yeah. Like, believe me, it's. And we aren't going to make fun of you if you make a non-funny one. I make non-funny ones all the time.
We'll just talk about you later. All right, let's start it with 5.
Well, thanks.
Welcome to What the Dub. The rules are simple.
Instructions. I'm the host now.
All right. I am the Senate.
Round 1.
Why should I help you? You revoked my business license. You've got a deal.
Time to let your ambitions soar. Enter your dub.
Sometimes my genius. It's almost frightening.
It astounds even you.
I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to be the only one who had this thought, though.
I'm going to be interested to see what comes up now. See if I can spot yours.
Okay.
Why should I help you? You revoked my business license.
I've got a job lot of Tom Paris place.
Why should I help you?
Yeah.
You revoked my business license.
I'll give you an exclusive pure gold, Professor Data.
There's no hesitation. You got a deal.
Why should I help you?
Instantaneous.
You revoked my business license.
I'll make a Chakotay the #1 Voyager, Otto.
You've got it. Why should I help you? You revoked my business license.
I've got a tribble eating glommer.
You've got a deal. Why should I help you? You revoked my business license.
I'll approve your art.
Vote for your favorite dub.
Right. Yeah, that one. Oh, hey,
Also voted for number 3. Yeah, no, because that means you can imagine it. It puts the in your brain of your happy place.
Oh, yeah. I've got a triple eating glommer. I just can't help but dance to it. It's very pleasing.
Hustle! Hustle!
Hustle! Okay.
Alright. How's it gonna shake out?
Kid, you're slicker than
Hey!
High score!
No, my man. See, I appreciate you, Cairo.
Oh, that's not bad. That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's actually, like, for a first round, that went kind of in all
Another
directions.
round of What the Dub is coming at you.
Ooh.
Fool.
No time to waste.
Sean's
Enter your
evil.
dub now.
Oh, Sky, you should have been in this. Nice.
I pulled 12 packs to get Tam Elbrin.
I nearly put.
Yeah.
That was my first choice. I was like, no.
Fool.
I've been thinking about writing into WRG and asking if I can draw something without an orange filter.
Fool.
I think I've done a real good job and will get 7 seasons as the star of this show.
That makes me sad a little bit.
For the last time, I don't want Manuel to be killed in a totally unavoidable truck driving accident.
Oh dear.
Fool.
I think the art setback is only temporary while they introduce a new process for high-quality card with fast approval.
go.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah.
That's
I'll get
vicious.
These are all good.
Yeah, no, this is a nice.
Yeah.
I like this. This is good. High quality art. I'm kind of curious where this is going to go now.
You're almost out of time.
Alright. Who won the hearts and minds of men? Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Hey. Well done, Evan. Well done.
Too much.
Oh.
No one voted for Manuel! Come on, guys!
Oh, we lose, Stars. We lose.
Oh, we suck.
Things in this universe you can have, and there are a million things you can't have. It's no fun facing that, but that's the way things are.
Then what am I going to do?
Time to let your ambitions soar. Enter your dub.
Just think about it. We got Charlie X before they did.
Yeah, true.
Although slightly illicitly. Oh, excuse me. I have a cousin that yawns exactly like Chewbacca.
Practiced speaker of Shirowuk, I see. Alright, I have to see what. See, Kyra is taking longer than me. That's saying you know he's putting up something good.
Channeling the spirits of the comedy gods. Speak to me, Lee Evans.
Alright, let's see.
Things in this universe you can have, and there are a million things you can't have. It's no fun facing that, but that's the way things are.
Then what am I going to do?
I'm going to be consigned to the recycling bin of timeline's history.
There you go.
Like Stab Picard, like Professor Data, like Dreamwalker Chakotay.
Charlie, there are a million things in this universe you can have, and there are a million things you can't have. It's no fun facing that, but that's the way things are.
Then what am I going to do?
Get in your truck and practice driving around some really dangerous place.
Charlie, there are a million things in this universe you can have, and there are a million things you can't have. It's no fun facing that, but that's the way things are.
Then what am I going to do?
You'll just have to make do with Cisco until Data comes along.
Charlie, there are a million things in this universe you can have, and there are a million things you can't have. It's no fun facing that, but that's the way things are.
Then what am I going to do?
You're going to retrieve Admiral Cartwright and live with the regret forever.
Oh, I feel that was an experience.
You're gonna carry that weight.
It's no fun facing that, but that's the way things are.
Then what am I going to do?
You will play the whole weekend in your closet and all you get is a single Talia Cisco.
Talia.
Talia.
Oh, which one should I do?
Yeah, no, I had to think about it for a moment, but then it was an instant choice.
See what chat's going for. Ooh, split.
Yeah, no, we got a nice little spread of stuff here. Yeah. I appreciate that also is like a voting from his holiday.
Better hurry.
I wonder if if I had a holiday and got one of you guys to stream it? Would I come in?
I think you probably would. You're too much of a nerd. Love you. Yeah!
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Nice.
That one really got me. Thank you, Idol. I appreciate you.
Oh, okay, shoots to the lead.
Yeah, no, that was resounding.
Let's take it home.
Oh, another Charlie X.
One of the men on the Antari showed me.
Show him you're not just a pretty face. Enter your dub.
Genos, that is probably one of the most creepiest things I've ever heard. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay, Sky, I like that. Chat's killing it. Can I vote for chat's responses?
I would like that, honestly. Flip your photo 180 degrees and apply this carrot filter.
That's what we should do. We should do chat suggestion. Instead of doing our own, we should do like top one from chat or something. Or mind you, no, there's less surprise then, isn't there? Never mind.
Yeah.
You just have to put on these tinfoil contacts and think harder than a WRG employee.
Fucking hell!
One of the men on the Antari showed me.
Amazing.
I got the art approved months ago, so I would be ready.
Oh my god.
I slipped something in your Rakajina.
Oh no!
I put the cards down on the table, Janice. It's really not that hard.
One of the men on the Antari showed me.
I just quickly made up new art for cards.
I have a feeling I know what's going to win this one.
Vote now, or forever hold your peace.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, these are really these are strong. Man.
I love it. I didn't even think of that. That was a good one.
Good lord.
I think I know where this is going.
Yeah, it looks pretty resounding.
Still chuckled. Sorry. Oh, thank you. I wasn't
That's
expecting
an idol.
Yeah.
This top
Yeah,
dog is
yeah.
Look at him go.
Oh, give me a clap for that. That was genius.
Yeah, that was really good.
Oh. Sorry, Cairo. Sorry, Stars. You didn't get it either.
Grab your
Yeah, and I
mic
thought after how
blast.
brutal it was,
Next
someone
up,
might have brutal,
the
but you know,
final
it's fine, it
round.
happens.
What's going on?
Oh.
Hold a message for Deanna Troy. The momentous day is close at hand. Rejoice!
What are
Again,
you
he's
waiting
covered
for?
that bit.
Enter your dub.
Prepare stars orifices. Thank you, Skycat, for remembering that one.
I can't think of one. Shit.
You got time. You got time. Don't stress. This transporter is about to materialize 6 more Tom Rikers.
Okay. Not my best work.
What's going on?
Alright.
I hold a message for Deanna Troy.
Your mother is coming. Everyone find an airline.
This day is close at hand. Rejoice!
She wouldn't if you didn't know.
What's going on?
I hold a message for Deanna Troy.
I will be getting a main role in DS9 soon as a Barker.
Someone did know.
This day is close at hand. Rejoice!
Yeah, that's good.
What's going on?
I hold a message for Deanna Troy.
Your order of realistic Picard genitalia is in. Also, that Denavian lube is in the box as a gift.
The momentous day is close at hand. Rejoice!
What's going on?
I hold a message for Deanna Troy.
I'm noted character actor Armin Shimmerman, trapped in a silver box. Please, God, may death come to me soon so that I might be free of this hell.
The momentous day is close at hand. Rejoice!
What's going on?
I hold a message for Deanna Troy.
Alright, come on.
I come bringing gifts. Make the most of it before I become a stingy Ferengi.
Stingy Ferengi, I like it.
Is close at hand. Rejoice!
What's the last one?
Vote or don't.
Yeah, that's the last one.
The choice is yours.
Also, for once you're wrong. Number 3 was not me.
Okay, I have to go with that one. It's weird because you can't say anything.
I think
you
we'll
don't give away which one's yours, do you? It's like, ooh.
You can't talk up the things too much because you'll give it away. I think it's probably have to be the last round, yeah?
Yeah.
Time's running out.
So let's see who wins the final round of the night.
Thank you, audience. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well done. Well done.
I started with Your Mother Is Coming, but I couldn't finish it. I was just like, I'll go for the dick joke.
And here's our winner.
It's gotta be Walt, right?
Yeah. Hey, well done.
Kid, you're slicker than snot on a doorknob. High score!
Slicker than snot on a doorknob.
Oof. Well, who won? What was the breakdown?
Sorry, I closed it. I do that. On that note, thank you everyone for coming. That was our rant and then release episode of Timelines Talks.
That was cathartic, definitely. Oh boy.
We've had our shout, and then maybe we'll go back to enjoying the game next week. We'll see.
We will do our best.
We will be back next week with some more of Auto's holiday stories and whatever calamities will come as part of things, and maybe we'll do something fun next week. Who knows? Come join the Discord. The link should be down below. If not, it's type Discord, or it's around. If not, just ask. I will give you the link to the Discord. Also, join the Twitter and all that. There is the audiobook if you missed this one. Blah blah blah. Join the YouTube. Blah blah blah. You know all the bollocks. Anyway, I'm going to bed now. I'm good at this. This is why we now have 30 viewers, because this is I cannot promote myself for shit.
Don't worry about it, man. We love you just the way you are, you goof.
On that note, that's goodbye from me and goodbye from Stars. We will see you next week. Ta-ra.